3 times, 4 times. Doing gang things, living super clean. That done came up, can't control us. 1 time for the men doing gang things, dead fresh to the claim. 3 times for my folk that done came up, 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing gang things, dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up, 4 times cause the man can't control up. Look at you, you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Hey, used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters, got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. So clap for your homeboy, could've turned out like your homeboy. Being on the same block, cooking up the same rock on the cell block lot with your homeboy. But no, you had vision, you had goal. Brand new you on the old time road, take care of home where you bust your low. Black men don't teach, screaming bumpy hoe. Real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom, boy, you PD grade. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Doing cane thing. Doing cane things. Mono. Living super clean. That it came up.
1 time for my king doing king things. Bump these hoes cause he know he got a good thing.
Tune in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue Magad. Now also available on the Saya TV on Roku and Fire Stick. Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass. Don't miss it, sisters and cousins.
Let him save you in the end like a Semino. Beers help me, shout it, let the silly go.
1 time for the men doing gang thing. Dead fresh to the T, living.
Can you turn that down a little so I can hear him? Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. On beautiful Thursday evening, Yemaya, shalom and shalom, sis. You know, we're trying to step things up over here at the house of Mono. Thank y'all for being here with me this evening. All praises to the Most High for life, health, and strength. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just happy to be alive and able-bodied on stuff. You know, especially considering the world that we live in and the times that we live in. Y'all, excuse my spring water jug. I'm in love with spring water. I only want to drink spring water. I only want to buy spring water. I just have seen the difference when I drink spring water. So spring water is my thing. I have 2 jugs in my room of it right now. So excuse me. Did y'all enjoy the conversation on Tuesday? Why yo ass ain't no Boaz? You see how we flip that around? If you happen to miss it, please like, share, subscribe, follow the YouTube at Monologue Magad. You can catch up on all the old stuff and the new stuff, episodes, and music. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a thing. New music. If you look at the picture, this side over here that I'm pointing, this is the cover of the head of the house of Mono, my wonderful, sexy, also hardworking husband, Monologue Magad. That is the cover of his new album, Let the OG Talk. It is available on your streaming platforms. You can download or purchase it on iTunes, all that good stuff. So yeah, make sure you check that out. I'm an Apple Music girl myself. Yes, listen, spring water. Look, I put it in my smoothies. Even put it in my smoothie. That's how much I love that stuff. Please excuse my hair. Okay. It still says it's on the extension. The Wi-Fi. Shalom and shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. Wi-Fi? Okay. Excuse me 1 second, guys. We're going to Wi-Fi here just a second. I'm so sorry, you guys. Please excuse us for that. We be having issues with the Wi-Fi. Like everything works just fine, and then as soon as I hit the go live button, everything want to act up. So excuse us for it. Okay, so the conversation on today. If you saw the main topic, the main topic is sleeping in a bed of lies. And I think that we're gonna cover a few things that will pertain to that. I have to pull up a clip here, so I'm gonna go pull up this clip because it was my reason, like it made me choose the topic. Okay, so we'll get into that in a minute. That clip's gonna go with our main topic. Okay, but one of the first things I wanted to bring up, I saw a post, and in this post, okay, hello, thank you, Janaya. Thank you. So I saw a post, and in this post, the poster, original poster, was saying that in her opinion, that Trina is more classy than Sexy Red. You know, Trina wasn't as bad as Sexy Red. Trina's more classy than Sexy Red. And if y'all don't know who Sexy Red is, please by all means go ahead and Google it. But so I have a few problems with this. I often participate in conversations on TikTok with other Black women, younger, older, whatever. Like I be on TikTok, we talk. And a conversation that other young lady, we were talking about marriage and stuff like that. And she's like, well, what do men want us younger women to do? You're always telling us what not to do and never tell us what to do. And I remember feeling the exact same way when I was in my 20s and I was trying to make my way through life. And it seemed like there was nothing but hypocrisy coming from the older adults around me. Okay. So I took that very seriously, and I think to address, okay. If you are old enough to have been listening to in high school, I need you to remember that one thing that these kids didn't was social media. Trina and Little Kim and Foxy Brown and my net, my back, that girl. I mean, they were just as raunchy, just as nasty, but we did not have social media pushing them in our faces 24/7. Okay. Even back then, like I remember listening to like V103 with my mom, and she would get it because of all the beeps. You couldn't listen to the song because they were bleeping out each and every word. Okay. But now we live in a day and time where the B word, you can say just about anything on the radio, on TV. So no, it's not that Trina and them were just so much classier, because that's what the poster said, that Trina is a more classy person. Hold on, because exactly, sis, and this is what Trina paved the way for Sexy Red. Okay, do we not? Her and Trick Daddy's biggest hit song was "Nan Ho," where she talking about how she does things with 5 or 6 best friends, putting it in her butt. Like, what's the difference? And so the poster was trying to say, well, Sexy Red promotes S and abortions. What do you think happens when you have sex with 5 or 6 friends? I mean, the promotion of the promiscuity is enough. I don't have to talk to you about the end result if I'm pushing you there. It's like when you start off at the end of the water slide, but you don't expect to get wet at the bottom. It's still the same slide, okay? Whether you're at the top, the middle, or the bottom, it's still the same slide, okay? And what I can't tolerate is us as what are we? If you were born in near around the 80s or that time, us in our age group, how are we going to turn around and repeat the same mistakes that our parents made that we complained about? Okay, because they complained about the hypocrisy. They complained about their music, about our music, talking about how it was so raunchy and everything else. But then when you go back and listen to some of the stuff that was coming out back then, oh no, y'all was getting it in too. Okay, and so now we can't even fake the funk with these kids. Google is free, and it seems like for some reason only certain people know that Google is free. So we can't sit there and make an excuse for the leaders, for the forerunners of the problem, but want to bring the hammer down on these kids. It's not their fault that they're just emulating what they saw. Whether you want to blame the system, okay, we talked about this when we were talking about they cloned Tyrone. Whether you want to blame the system, or whether you want to blame the mothers and the fathers for not being in the home and not being there to guide the children, whatever you want to blame, you can't act like this problem is new to this generation. Okay, you can't act like we didn't grow up to Uncle Luke. I remember the 2 Live Crew freedom of speech Supreme Court fiasco. I remember all of this, and I remember when there were groups of adults who were trying to get this type of rap music banned. When NWA came out and they were protesting against them, wave of gangster rap that they ushered in, and there was strong protest to it. They were protesting Tupac, they were protesting Biggie, and being able to swallow the meat or chew the meat and throw away the bone or whatever. What I'm trying to say is, instead of taking the truth of what they were saying, because the truth of the matter is the music was destructive, the music is degrading to women, we let obviously an enemy of our people convinced us that these women who were trying to get a stop to this disrespectful music were anti-Black. We convinced them that because they wanted our men to stop calling us bitches and hoes, that they were anti-Black men, and they were just trying to stop the expression of the struggles of people from the ghetto. Somehow we had rappers, KRS-One, who were able to express the struggles of being Black, being poor, being oppressed, and the issues of the system without turning it into a anti-Black woman message, which is eventually what it turned into. Okay, and listen, I'm not here on a pedestal saying that I wasn't walking around reciting the lyrics to Gin and Juice and wondering why it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. I'm not saying that, okay? But what I'm saying now is, as mature, supposedly enlightened people who claim to be leaders, or I don't know, I don't want to put a title on anyone, okay? But I'm just saying, we claim to be these enlightened Israelites. We claim to have the light. We claim to go strong in the fact that we keep the laws and commandments, but we're afraid to admit to the younger generation where we went wrong so that they can try to make it right. And that's what we can't keep doing. That it's deeper than it's deeper than, oh, something's wrong with these millennials. It's deeper than that. We're talking about the souls of our people here, because guess what? Sexy Red already has kids. Cardi B got kids. Not only that, because guess what? They'll keep their kids from their music. But what about your kids? What about the kids that your kids interact with that maybe don't have a parent, or their parents ain't in the truth, so they don't fully understand? We cannot be so afraid where we were wrong that we don't want coming behind us. And again, this is a very valid beef that we had with the previous generation before us. They don't want to be honest with us. They don't want to tell us the truth. So why are we begrudging that same thing to these kids who are coming up behind us? Okay, I'm talking about 20-year-olds, teenagers. And again, you can't even say that, because what we say all the time, the 60-year-olds getting naked on TikTok right now. Zara, shalom and shalom, thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mano. If you like what we got going on here, $1 or $2 will do. Head over to the Cash App, $ the House of Mano. Thank you to everyone who's given already. Think that I don't appreciate it. I see you. I be trying to reply with the little hearts and stuff, so y'all know that I see it. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Listen, I appreciate y'all that come and hang out with me every week. You participate in the conversation. I appreciate y'all. Every like, every share. You just don't understand. This content creator game is not for the weak, okay? But yeah, let's do better. Like, we're supposed to set the example, but we can't, because we're so busy trying to. No, we can't do that. We gotta be better than that. All right, let's be better than that. All right, so this next topic, if you watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, then you're already aware of this situation. But if you are not aware, I want to show you the two that are in question here. Okay, I'm gonna bring up their pictures so you can see. Now, the lovely chocolate colored sister, that is Spice. She's a Jamaican reggae artist. She's also on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta right now. The lighter skinned sister that you see standing next to her is Erica Mena. She's been on Love and Hip Hop for a while. She has a couple movies on Tubi. You know, she's doing her thing, okay? Now, both of these women are single mothers, although Erica was recently married. She was recently married. She's going through a divorce right now, okay? And it's a lot of drama behind that I believe affected this. But so the issue is Erica and Spice sit down and have a conversation. And I will show y'all a clip, okay? Button down. So, okay. So Erica and Spice sit down and have a conversation, right? And in the conversation gets heated because Erica's soon-to-be ex-husband Safari and Spice, they're both connected. They're like best friends, right? Spice was in the hospital after a BBL gone wrong. Safari's on the phone with her and he's like upset and he's crying about it. So of course, Erica's sitting there, and because of what she had already been through with Safari, like she was hospitalized, she had a hard time giving birth to one of their children. Like, it was a hard thing. And Safari was not for her for that. Okay. So now her as his wife or whatever is looking at him like, wait a minute, you crying over somebody else and you ain't even feel all this for me? Okay. Now I think Spice was wrong for her about this period. Okay. Because what I got going on with my husband has nothing to do with you. All right. But anyway, the conversation continues, and Spice says to Erica, what about your son, the one that doesn't like you? Okay. So I think Erica took a pause and she was just like, what? Let me make sure I heard what I think I heard. And then Erica proceeds to flip the table on Spice. Okay. And now I like Spice too. And I lost a lot of respect for her recently, but okay, the issue at hand, and then we'll get to that. So Erica flips the table at Spice. Of course, pandemonium ensues, as you would assume it does. And course of the action, Erica calls Spice a blue monkey. Multiple times she screamed it out, you blue monkey, because that's what Spice always wears, blue. And now here's the mix, right? On the simple hand, on the simple hand, I don't play by my kids. Not even mention my child. And don't talk about me. You can't talk about me as a parent without mentioning my child. So those conversations should be off limits. It shouldn't be brought up. And I can't be mad at Erica because, again, you talking about my kids, you start trying to talk about me as a parent. I can't say what's going to come out my mouth. I can't make no promise. You've hit a very sensitive spot. Okay. Now I get the other side. I totally get the colorism part of this. And for who don't necessarily embrace that Latinos and Mexicans are Israelites, to them, they're looking at this girl like, you're talking about a black girl, calling us monkeys. So they're trying a racial thing. And I'm not going to make it a racial thing because when you're in Jersey, I'm sorry, not in Jersey, but when you're in the North, more so in the North than in the South, I will say, you are mixed in with a whole bunch of different cultures and nationalities and everything else, and everyone grows up together. I know girls who learn to speak Spanish because they hang out with Spanish girls that hang out with black girls and they only date black dudes. Like, that exchange is not uncommon when you live among different nationalities. And so, considering the fact that she's been embraced by black people all of her life, we can't turn around and like want to claim that she's racist and all this other stuff because of a moment of contention, which again, I will say that I cannot guarantee that I would have been on my. You can't bring up my kid. Period. Like, you can't. Let's get to these comments. Ooh, I thought you were going to talk about Bam, Erica, and Zell going to Hannah running away. No, see that. That's a shame. Because how are you 40-something with kids at home fighting in a club? Who does that? Ugh. That is so tacky. I don't feel bad for Erica. Safari was her karma. Why you say that? Why do you say that? And the reason I'm going to ask that is because, listen, we've all seen what Erica's done on Love and Hip Hop, okay? She had her share of minute, you know what I'm saying, trying to defend her behavior. And I've even heard her say that, oh, she's called black people monkeys before. But so she's called y'all monkeys before, and y'all had such a problem with it. Why is she still on the show? Why do you all continue to film with her? Why do these black men continue to sleep with her? If she was so racist and she been calling y'all monkeys. And see, this is what we have to stop doing as a people. We want to be all buddy community with every other ethnicity, nationality, race, however you want to look at it at the time, right? And then when we afflict pain on them, get mad at the way that they choose to afflict pain back. All right. I mean, it's just like if me and anybody could be it, me and Angelina going back and forth. Okay. And I mentioned her, and she called me a nappy headed monkey. I can't get mad. I can't get mad at that. I mentioned her kid. Like, the gloves is off. So I can turn around. Oh, you can't. No, ma'am. You crossed the line. Okay. So I'm just meeting you where you at. That's all. People talking about Spice went low and Erica went to hell. No, Erica got right down low where Spice was. I don't understand the double standard that we tend to hold. It's like you want to have certain lines. You want to demand more respect than you give, and you can't do it. I don't care how, I don't care the dynamics of the situation. And I talked to my husband about this earlier. And so on the one hand, I can understand that I don't understand the pain of being called anything like that. I don't understand what it's like to be called a monkey. Okay. And I do agree that there are issues that darker skinned Black women face that lighter skinned Black women do not. Absolutely, hands down. I am not taking that from anyone. But again, like, you can't throw a rock at me and get mad because I decide to pick up a boulder. Because at this point, not only am I trying to defend myself, I'm trying to stop you. You come out with a gun. No, I'm trying to defend myself and I'm trying to stop you from hurting me anymore. So, nah, y'all can't. I'm not going there. Both of them was wrong in my opinion. Spice should have kept her comments, but Erica need to keep her and Safari business between them. So that's the other part of the issue that I think people are not realizing. Regardless of how the relation ended, like, they were married and they have together, Erica and Safari. Okay. We've seen her cry about how horrible he's been in this whole relationship. Like, we've seen the hurt and the heartache. And any woman that's had a kid, sorry, nigga, can totally understand how she feels. Okay. And so I feel for Spice to go and confront her about something that happened between her and her husband, she was way out of line. If somebody's wrong in this situation, it's her. Because what happened between that woman and her husband was none of your business. Even if you were the person that the conversation was about, the situation not concern her. She had no business confronting Erica about that. And so, I mean, I feel like Spice bought that on herself. And then how she gonna say, oh, Safari was your karma? Spice ain't never had a man that we saw. She ain't married her. Her kids is still in Jamaica with her mother. Like, she's in no condition to talk about Erica as a mother or wife. This is the thing that we like to do to each other because we feel like everybody don't see our best. We're going to drag somebody out for the but nah, boo. Bring out some of your baby daddies and let's see what they have to say about you. See, that's what I don't. We can't. But this is Ratchet TV. We're not holding them to any standards. We're just having this conversation so that we can better ourselves. So please don't feel like I'm trying to wag the finger at them. That ain't it at all. Like, share, subscribe if you're on the YouTube, Facebook, IG Live. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, please. Notifications. Not too familiar with what's going on. Women want a to not like any little that part right there. That part right there. And I kind of feel like that was what was happening Spice in. Because again, like, you know my history. You know the pain that this man has took me through. Spice knows that Erica had a hard time delivering, was hospitalized, and Safari never showed up. Like she knows this. And if I'm Spice and I'm to this story, I'm bopping Buddy upside the head, because how dare you treat your wife like that? I would totally get why she feels that way. You know what I'm saying? That's true. You can't talk about somebody else's position, especially since you've never been in it. Exactly. This lady done been married in the boardroom. How dare you? Okay. How dare you? All right, y'all. If you like what we've got going on here at the House of Mono, please head over to the Cash App $ the House of Mono. Thank you to everyone who has given already. Thank you in advance to those of you who will give. I appreciate it so very much. All right, y'all. We're about to get into the main topic here. Hold on a second. I gotta grab a tissue. Just grabbing a tissue. We're about to get into our main topic, and I do have a clip. Actually, it's a TikTok video. Shalom, Jessica Tappy on IG. Thank you for joining me, sis. Now it is a video to go with this. It is from TikTok, okay? I'm gonna show it to you guys because I want you to understand the story. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up so you watch it.
So Daily Mail is reporting the story of an 18-year-old Alabama girl by the name of Shaquilla Ashanti Williams, who's currently charged with unaliving of her newborn baby, and stated that she did so because it cost too much money. They go on to say that she had left her baby in a dumpster, and she's now facing the penalty after her arrest and her charge. Now, below says that she admitted to the Dolphin, I hope I'm saying that correctly, police department detectives, that she did not want to look after the child because of the cost of child care was too high. They're stating that she had given birth in secret, but when her family found out that she was pregnant, she lied and said that she had given birth at the Southeast Medical Center, which is in Alabama. Now, when her family wanted to retrieve the baby, they took her back to the health care center, as that's where the team claimed that she had given the baby to an employee. Now, after the center's employees reviewed the CC footage and found that Shaquilla had not left the baby with them, they contacted the police department, who subsequently found a lifeless baby amid the rubbish. The exact cause of the child's death is unknown, though an autopsy of the child had been ordered. Will Benny, who was the chief of the Dalton Police, said at a press conference that it was absolutely shocking, and in his many years in law enforcement, he had never seen something so horrific. It shocks the minds, it shocks the soul. I don't even really know what else to say about it. I hate to sound mean, but we wouldn't be here if Alabama hadn't closed all of their abortion facilities, and because young women like her don't have access to birth control or Plan B or any of those options. This is what they end up resorting to. And because without access to those facilities, my heart is always going to go out to the mother, or who didn't want to become a mother to begin with.
Okay. But now, Faith in Israel, Shalom and Shalom. Thank you for joining me. Now, first, let's start here, okay? Because I commented because I saw a bunch of people talk about, oh, women's rights. This is what happens when you take away the right to an abortion. But did y'all not attend sex ed? I have to wonder. Did everybody not have to attend the class where they showed you how babies are made? I don't understand, because you're as a woman start when you choose to have the sex. There was no report here that this lady was assaulted. So she chose to exercise her rights when she chose to have sex. Okay, she's 18. She's an adult. That makes it even worse. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, you had the right to have sex and you chose to have sex. Google is free, y'all. In the state of Alabama, you can walk into any drugstore and buy a condom. You can buy a condom. She's 18 years old. She's older enough to walk into any Planned Parenthood. He's old enough to go on any website and order free birth control. Your right doesn't start once you become pregnant. It's like for some reason they feel like women's rights entails the right to unalive a child. That's not what that means. And it seems to me that when this is what is used to advocate for women's rights, it seems to me that the majority of women who are leading this feminist women's movement in our country seem to only right to do what they've seen white men do for centuries. White men have been killing without consequence for centuries, and it seems now their counterparts, white women, want those same results. They want to be able to not only unalive their child in the womb, they want to control bodies. And it's not just Black bodies. Have you been on the internet and seen the way the Karens are acting? Okay. It's not just Black bodies they want to control, it's any body that's around them. Okay. And so what I don't understand is, and not only condoms, look, not only condoms, okay, condoms for free. There are spermicides, there are foams, there are different. They not show y'all the picture with the different types of birth controls and the effectiveness. Like I remember seeing this picture multiple times in this birth controls, IUD, spermicides. I mean, all the different methods of birth control are listed there, and multiple methods of birth control are available. Okay, you can go to Planned Parenthood. If you can't afford a regular OBGYN, Planned Parenthood is income based. So if you walk in there and tell them, listen, I don't have any money for this. And again, an 18-year-old, ma'am, if you can't get in the car and drive over the state line to Georgia to pick you up a Plan B, then you should not be having sex at all. If you don't have enough sense to realize, like, okay, there are ways, like, it makes sense to me how women's rights only begin when it comes to having an abortion. You know, if you go back and look at this whole struggle that they claim to have, a lot of the points that they bring up are not even true. The fact that Madam CJ Walker and a few other women were already millionaires before, what they say, before the 1960s or something like that, when women finally allegedly got the right to have a bank account. True. Women have always been able to have bank accounts. Women had their own. When slave owners, when the husband died, who do you think inherited all the stuff? Why do we keep falling for these lies and then using that as an excuse to fall further and further into sin? We'll use the alleged hypothetical situations that we use to try to continue to be disobedient to our God and to our men. We always got a story about somebody who helped a man and then a man dogged them out. We always have a story for this. But how come you're not telling the story about all the successful marriages, all the successful relationships? You hardly ever hear those being talked about out loud. But any negative story, you can hear that with no problem. And so I titled this Sleeping in a Bed of Lies because it is shocking to me the lengths that we as women will go to avoid taking responsibility for our actions. And it is shocking to me the amount of co-sign such lies to keep from taking responsibility for their I mean, they will straight up lie. They will make up things again, like we don't live in 2023 and then oh, okay, there we go. All right. And and dropping your baby off at the fire department. In the age of dropping your baby off at the hospital, there's no one to murder a child. And oh, she couldn't have an abortion, so she had to brutally murder the baby. Are you serious? Like the mindset of these women these days is very, very scary. It's like, let me do what I want. If you go back to Alice Bailey and the Theophilus Society, I don't remember, the Theological Society, I believe that's what it was called. You can Google it. And one of the principles for bringing about equality and a new world is the fact that women should be as free from the consequences of sex as sin. Therefore, abortion should be readily available. This is a goal of an anti-Bible, anti-Christian group of people. And so I guess their goal has been met, because now we live in a day and time where it's like, oh, I can't get an abortion. What am I supposed to do about not getting pregnant? And for some reason, whenever you mention birth control, all anybody ever wants to discuss is pill. Again, it is very scary that you guys are having sex and you're not even aware of all the options. It is very scary that you all are out here having sex and obviously don't know how to prevent STDs if you're not even, you don't even consider condoms birth control. Like, I had the conversation with somebody. I'm like, you do know condoms are birth control, right? There's no other purpose for condoms but to prevent STDs and pregnancy. That is it. Well, I don't like condoms. They irritate me. Stop have sex until you get married. I can't. Birth control pills cause cancer. Do not until you get married. Any excuse to unalive a child, right? We'll come up with any reason, anything to not prevent the situation from happening in this place. And even the remedies provided, okay? This government has provided remedies for this exact situation. You gave birth, you don't want to keep the baby, no problem. I don't know if you guys remember, I want to say like the 2000s. I think I was already out of high school, but there was this rash of teenage girls having babies in the bathrooms at school and throwing them in the trash. It was going on really bad. That's when they started to drop the baby at the fire department, no questions asked. Drop a baby at the police department, no questions asked. So no, unaliving a child is not the, oh, she had no choice but to do this. That is a freaking lie. And so I don't understand how we claim so Black Lives Matter. We want to get when the police shoot one of us, but we want one of us from killing our child. The hypocrisy is astounding. Y'all want to play like I can talk about my mama, but you can't. And that's not how the world works. Because as long as white people can see that Black people have no concern for our lives or the lives of other Black people around us, there's no reason for them to respect our lives either. Ma'am, sis, cousins, just like when you see that woman that don't mind sleeping around and everybody knows she's a hoe, then nobody else has a problem whoring her out because this is what she's been doing. She's a hoe already. If she don't respect herself any more than when that dude let you, when that dude be tricking off on you and you spend that money, If he don't care no more than to put some kind of restraint on you, some kind of standards, you're going to keep spending that money. But y'all can't relate to what I'm saying. Come on. We want to apply these principles for our life, want to demand all of this respect, but we won't even take care of the innocent among us. Totally innocent. That did not ask for you and that man to get together. And so, and the fact that you can carry a child for 9 months, feel the kicks, feel the turns, have the moments, and then give birth. Okay, give birth. I'm assuming it was unassisted. And then to unalive that child in such a brutal manner that the whoever that was said that it shook his soul. So we're not talking about a little pillow over the. No, we're not talking about like a or no, like I do not want to see what she did to that baby. I don't want to see it. Because I'm sorry, like anytime someone in law enforcement or medicine talks about a specific situation just being like extra heinous, you just know that this was just hellish, is what I'm going to say. And someone asked me like, oh, well, you didn't have sex until you were married. Good for you. And no, I never said that. But I'm telling you that I wish that I would have had sex until I got married. And I'm telling you that would prevent this situation. Okay. And you know, when we were coming up under, if you're gonna do wrong right? Like when we were coming up, that, you know, it's like, listen, y'all gonna be out here doing it, at least protect yourselves. But I have come to the realization that was wrong, because once you give permission for the thing to happen, you cannot control the degree that it goes to. And we keep talking about stuff like this. Jojo, shalom and shalom. What's up to everybody on the IG? We keep talking about stuff like this. You give the devil an inch, he'll want to drive a mile. You tell people, oh, it's okay to use sex with protection. You know it's coming off. And I think what we're seeing here with just the blatant disregard for the sanctity of the body, the sanctity of sex, the disregard for human life, it's a result of that. Because don't act like we're not sitting up in the church, very same thing. Don't act like some of y'all in fringes and head wraps aren't doing the same thing. I know I'm not supposed to say it. But we got to talk about it. We have to talk about it. And, you know, one of the worst things that the church ever did was to convince us that God, that's the worst thing they ever did, convince us that there's no judgment. You won't be judged. All you have to do is ask for forgiveness, and God will forgive you, and he'll throw it in the sea of forgetfulness where he will remember it no more. That's not nowhere in the Bible. I never read about a sea of forgetfulness. But we have been convinced that I can have sex outside of marriage and I can be forgiven for that. And if I get pregnant, I can unalive this baby and I'm given for that. And see, what's also scary, is the mindset of a person that could do such a thing. And to let's keep it real. Unaliving is unaliving, period. Okay. But when you're dealing with a person that has the mindset to unalive an infant after they've given birth, I have to wonder about you. I have to wonder about you. Because you really don't care. No, you just don't care. Like, this child is here crying, kicking, screaming, whatever. You just, okay. No, I don't want you around me. Oh, I'm taking it to the extreme. But see, this is the same thing when you talk about abortions. Because at the end of the day, or at whatever time that baby was conceived, it was a baby. It was a baby. We have to talk about this, okay? We have to be willing to say, yes, I've been there. This has happened to me. This is why you should not do. But instead of responsibility, instead of we will continue to lie. We will continue to lie to ourselves. We'll continue to lie to younger women. We'll continue to lie. Yes, everything's okay. This is the answer. If you don't have enough money to afford a condo, you don't even need money for condo. And so this is, someone said, well, sex is just for making children. No, sex is not just for making, but sex makes children. Guns. I can have a gun and I can use it for anything I want. But if I'm not intending to destroy anything, I'm not going to use that. And we don't want to have this bottom line conversation, but the bottom line is, if you're not looking to create anything, then you should not be doing things that cause creation. I'm not looking to hurt anyone, so I'm not going to go outside and just pop a few rounds off. I'm not going to do that, because may just land in a tree somewhere. It also very much could hurt someone else. So I'm going to be careful with this thing and only use it in prescribed manner. And see, we act like men created sex. We act like God made people and then two people just invented sex. Y'all treat sex like a chair. A person invented the chair and gave you the instruction manual. But that's not what sex is. Sex was created by God for a specific purpose, to do a specific thing, a few specific things. It's to be used, not casually. But we've moved so far away from the world, even recognize that sex has a purpose besides making you feel good. It's to strengthen a bond between a man and a wife. It's a mystery. What was I reading? This is one of the greater mysteries. Was it in Ephesians? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was in the New Testament. I think it was Ephesians, but it's still a mystery. And I just, and I can't say that these are the women that have requirements casually, because the fact is there's no requirements for, what do y'all require for sex? Nothing. Y'all don't even make them talk good to you anymore. You don't make them feed you or nothing. You don't even make them make you feel like you the only one. Even when I was in my past life, you gonna make me feel like I'm the only one. Okay? Fine. We might not be in a committed relationship doing you when you're not with me, whatever, Negro. But when you're in my presence, you gonna make me feel like I'm the only one. But y'all don't do that anymore. Nigga, be the phone with you and you on the phone with somebody else here in your face. You don't care. You think that junk is cute. And see what I'm saying? We have gotten so away from any type of decency and order. We just don't care anymore. We're willing to do whatever with whomever, whenever we feel like it, for whatever reason. And then if anybody dare question us, dare oppose us, dare say anything, they're a hater and they just don't get it. No, maybe you're ignorant, just don't get it. We are so far away from the foundation of God created for us that we just do not acknowledge simple structural biological, and it's scary to me, right? Because we want to walk around and command respect from our children while we are carrying on surrounding ourselves with lies so that we don't have to take accountability for our actions. Have you ever conversation with a Black woman about her, about something that she's struggling with, something that she does wrong? Have you ever tried having a conversation with a single mother about how she ended up single? Why is she single? I've having conversations about abortion rights and women's rights and women's issues. These hiring because they become just circles of nothingness. And what I mean is there's always a hypothetical situation. Like in this conversation, someone was like, well, you don't know to be assaulted. Did the article say that this young lady was assaulted? So what does that have to do with this conversation? There's always these hypothetical things that people want to get thrown in that have nothing to do with discussing the thing right now. Yes, I understand that sexual assault is I've been a victim of it. That does not, however, mean that every woman that has unalived her child at whatever age of development of that child is a victim of assault. And y'all have to stop throwing this stuff in there as if somehow one signifies the other. So because I was assaulted, that gave this woman the right to. No, that's not how that works, and you sound stupid. What about people that were born with both sex organs? First of all, how rare is that to happen? How rare is that to happen? Stop throwing in these 0.001 instances as if we're supposed to make a general rule. And here we go. Ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Okay. How do we prevent unwanted pregnancies? By not having sex. And that's worth not having to unalive a child, don't you think? But for some, and we can't say, oh, because we're trying to spare women's feelings, we won't tell them not to have sex until they get married. You're slut shaming me. That's what they like to say. Oh, stop. Are you slut shaming? Ma'am, if you want to refer to yourself as a slut, then that's fine. And if what I'm saying makes you feel ashamed, then maybe that means that you need to reevaluate your behavior. That you're making me feel ashamed. That's the whole point. That the shame used to mean something, right? The shame would keep you in line. That I don't want everybody to know. I can't embarrass myself or my parents. That you in line a little bit, like you act up at home, but you ain't gonna act up outside. I might act up in the streets, but when I come in this church house, I'm gonna be a lady. But we've come to a time where that doesn't even work anymore. Like the walk of shame is a joke now. People will videotape themselves doing it. There's no shame anymore. And instead of us telling each other the truth, living the truth, okay, instead of us not being afraid to cry loud and spare not, pity patting with the devil while he's taking the lives of our children. Girl's only 18. And yes, absolutely, that is despicable and hideous. And she deserves to go to jail. She unalived that child. But what about her? All the potential loss, all that she had to offer the world, all that she could have been. That's a loss too. Her parents have to deal with that too. And that's something I think that we don't think about when we're sinning. It's not just affecting us. It's affecting the people who love us, the people who are around us, the people who want to see us do well. They're hurting also. They're hurting too. It's not, you just affecting you. But consider this the next time you think you're sneaking and doing something that's not going to bother anyone if this gets out. That's what you should be asking yourself. What happens if I got caught? What happens is it worth it? Let me get to the sorry, y'all. Like, subscribe, turn on your when we go live here at the House of Mono. The health department give condoms for free. Hello. And again, you have to do is Google it, and Google will tell you that you can go to the health department and get condoms for free. Some women will unalive a child because the baby daddy don't want them. And that on live, women have child beating on their child. I remember one live, a girl was on the phone with the dad and she was like, you need to come get her. You need to come get her. I don't want her, while she's beating the baby. You knew he didn't want you when you laid down and had sex with him. Come on. Like, and so here's what we gotta stop being stupid. Stop acting like you didn't already know that he was sleeping around. Stop acting like you didn't already know that he didn't want to be in a committed relationship with you, that he didn't want to marry. Stop acting like you didn't already know this, and stop playing dumb. Well, he didn't say that to me. Are you not old enough to realize what his actions are telling you? And this is scary because y'all out here having sex with no common sense. And then when he do leave you and that baby, all of a sudden he's the bad guy. How's he? He may be the bad guy, but he's the same person he was when you laid down with him. And if you wouldn't have been so lonely and in denial, you would have seen that. You would have known that, and you wouldn't be walking around talking you got a baby from a random in Atlanta. We have to stop acting like we don't put ourselves in these situations. Stop acting like the Lord don't be sending you signs, miracles, and wonders. That girl called your phone. You saw the ponytail holder in the car. He's around when you want him to be around. Y'all never go out in the daytime. Only 11 p.m. You up text. That's the only time you get. He don't ever take you out nowhere. You ain't met not nan person in his family. You haven't even met his worst friend, best friend. You haven't met the worst friend. The only time you see him is at your place after dark. And you thought that he loved you and y'all was going to be in a relationship. And then let's not act like some of y'all not out getting pregnant on purpose. And I'm going to tell you right now, a man that don't want a baby A baby ain't gonna do nothing but draw man away. I don't know why y'all, there's some added responsibility and problems and issues is gonna make a baby stay with you, make a man stay with you. And I know are a blessing, but they are responsibility, and you're gonna have problems. Listen, that's just what it is. You're gonna have problems. The baby gonna stay up all night. The baby gonna, like, there are things that happen. And if that man told you from the beginning, I don't want no babies, forget wanting babies. He told you he didn't want you. But he told me he didn't want me. He's still sleeping. Has he even given you a title? Does he call you anything? Do you have a position in his life? You know, everybody want to brag about being on the rock. Are you the captain? Are you the quarterback? Do you get the plays directly? If not, then you are an NPC, a non-participating character. You just one of the avatars. So then why would you be trying to do the job as a main character when you don't get main character pay? Y'all want to be the wife so bad. He don't need another wife. He probably got one already. He not out looking for another wife. Got one already. I'm gonna get him pregnant. He gonna leave her and be with me. You crazy as I've seen that situation, and it never works out the way you think it's going to. You will be the single mother getting child support, and that's it. Because you know what? He's gonna be with his that he loves. He gonna be over there with her, with the family that he loves. And in the age of TV, books, and movies, like, I don't understand. We see it. My right hand shall not spare, the short shall not cease over them, shed innocent blood upon the earth. And nobody's more innocent than an unborn child. Literally could not do anything. Not their fault you got morning sickness. Like, you can't, okay? Again, we have to stop lying to ourselves. We got to stop lying to ourselves, and we have to stop lying to each other. All right, just like my husband was talking about on Tuesday, shaka boom, shalom and shalom, nations. Just like my husband was talking about on Tuesday, if he's not showing you the signs up front, there's no reason to stay. That's how y'all end up with these deadbeat baby daddies. Y'all don't pay. He talked nasty to the waiter on y'all first date. That's a red flag right there. He mean to everybody but you think that's cute. Like, oh, he loved me. He's so mean to everybody. He's so nice to me. Girl, he's just being nice to you until you get used to him treating you like trash, like he treat everybody else. I don't know why y'all think that's so cute. A person that is mean to everyone but you, they are a liar. They are lying to you. It is a game. You are dealing with their A1 employee of the month customer representative. And as soon as they get you invested enough in their program, you don't get the same service that everybody else get. You remember how the cell phone companies will only announce deals for new members? Be like, you know, AT&T, and you get this for free. Come to T-Mobile, you get that for free. Come to Verizon, you know, we'll give you the latest phone, and all the current customers are complaining. They're like, well, why y'all giving it to the new people but not us? Okay, well, and I'm gonna go to Verizon and get Verizon's deal. And then when I'm tired of Verizon, I'm gonna leave Verizon and go to AT&T and get their deal. But now what do? Oh, all of the deals are for new and current customers. Okay, but y'all won't realize that you're only a new customer for a limited amount of time, and pretty soon you're going to be a current customer and you're going to have the same complaints that the current customers have. But you can't see this in this man. You can't see this man got 5, 6, 7 baby mamas and they already complaining. Let me take it down a little bit lower. He got 2 baby mamas, okay, because 1 is a mistake and 2 is a good sign, okay? So he got 2 baby mamas and neither one of them got nothing good to say about him. Neither one of them can talk about how he's a good dad, what makes you think that you being number 3 is going to do anything but solidify this man's behavior and make him believe that, oh, it's okay to be a deadbeat because somebody somewhere going to want me. But you won't see it like that. Oh, well, he just here for me and I'm just worried about what he doing for me. But what you don't realize is that what one of us does affects the next one of us. Because as much as we don't want to admit it, we are dealing with a limited pool of men. Okay, so what you do, ma'am, sis, cousin, to this man is going to affect the next woman that he goes to date. Whether you are reinforcing bad behavior or trying to move him in a positive manner, you keep reinforcing bad behavior, you're going to get the same behavior that he's giving everybody else, and then he's going to move on to the next chick and try to do it to her. Hopefully, she will have enough sense to be like, I'm not putting up with this mess. Because when they hear enough times, no, I'm not putting up with this. No, you're not doing this to me. Then the light clicks on like, you know what? Let me get myself together because I'm not getting coochie like I used to. If I'm lying, put a 1 in the chat. I don't know. I could be talking wrong. I'm not a man. I don't know I don't claim to know how men think. I don't think none of that. I think very much like a lady. So, hey, if I'm wrong, y'all tell me. But I don't think I'm wrong because we females operate in the same manner. We just don't want to admit it. I tell you from personal experience, when you used to deal with nigga that don't hold you accountable or to no standards, you will live your life that way and get mad with the first one that try to come along and do it to you. The first man that come in your life and try to exact some standards, want to talk to you about your finances and your credit, your career path. What are you doing with your life? How do you feel about the Lord for real? How closely are you keeping the laws? The first man that comes these questions, when your mind is not right, you're going to think something wrong with him. He think he better than me. Who do he think he that? You know how I know? Because I was a dummy like that once. I was a dummy like that once too. Excuse me, what you mean you're not gonna pay this bill right now? Psh. And it's gonna get worse with every man you pick after that man because you allow it. Exactly. And so once you allow it from one man, you get used to the treatment. And you'll sit there and say, oh, I'm better. I want this. A man that's going to do that. I want a man that's going to do this. But you won't stop dealing with the men who keep giving you the same garbage that you've been dealing with month after month and year after year. You can't break away enough for your mind to change so that God can put you in a position to meet the man that he has for you. You can't spend time with the one that want to do you right because you all caught up with the ones that want to do you wrong. And see, this what y'all don't. You be in love with that nigga, right? Y'all sleeping together. He putting it down because he might be sorry, but 2 things he gonna bring: audacity and you love it. I'm so you get caught up in the thrill and the excitement and the chase, like you think that junk is cute. So you're not even looking for better. You're not open to better. Yes, sis, exactly, a strong delusion. You're not looking for nothing. You're not looking for a way out because busy trying to figure out how you can get this man to be who you want him to be instead of realizing that he is who he is and you need to just let him go on about his business. All your effort is taken into making Pinocchio a real boy. You don't have time to go out and look for real boys. What do you mean? Not that stupid. Yes, you are. And I know I'm not lying because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the hat. Okay. I know I'm not lying. You get so caught, and this is why we tell y'all again, the 1 date rule. You get so caught up in this bum, and you get so caught up in feeling like I need him to love me back. I need him to make me feel as important to him as I feel like he is to me. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Like, feel like you win some kind of pride because he dogging her out and dogging this one out and paying you a little bit of attention for these few hours. But how do you think he's talking about you behind your back? Any man that's going to dog out any woman in front of you will dog you out in front of another woman. I don't care what it says. And I'm going to tell you how I finally learned this lesson from my husband. I learned this lesson from my husband, okay? Because no man his ex-wife went through, he's never dogged her out in front of me. He's never talked bad about her. He's never put her down. None of that. Did he tell me the truth about their marriage and relationship? Sure, absolutely. But as far as attacking her personally, and that's never happened. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for that, because Yahweh forbid that man out there decides to lose his mind or whatever. Me, I can be assured the same type of respect. And that's what we don't look at. We'll look at we'll look at our man treating his baby mom with some kind of respect as a threat to us. And I'm not saying that I did at first either. It used to bother the hell out of me when they on the phone talking and no, you're supposed to hate her, dang it. No, like, no, you're supposed to be mad at her. And no, you're not. Like, they're supposed to they have children together. They have to raise these children together. If you claim you love that man, you're going to want the best for his children. And that means that he has to get along with their mother. That's what that means. And we've been so brainwashed in ratchetness and dysfunction that we can't even begin to correct our situations because we won't change our mind. That man is supposed to pay his child support. He's supposed to want to see his kids. Yes, I know the baby mama is doing some crazy stuff and she pulling stunts for attention. And you see that shit plain as day because we are women as well. And we know, I know exactly what she's doing. I got the ingredients to that recipe right here. Okay? But listen, despite all that, if you're just being upfront and honest with you, and you can really, it's all about his kids, you got to ignore her and her stunts and let that man be a father to his children. I'm going to take it a little bit further for y'all, okay? Because I know you're not going to like this. Let that man pay his child support. And the fact of the matter is sometimes she going to need some help. All right, y'all, that single moms, or if you have been a single mom and now you're not, you know how that struggle is. Some months, everybody coming for them one time. Let man co-parent. I don't know where this is coming from. Let your man co-parent, okay? I don't know who it's for. I'm going to say it again. Let your man co-parent. One thing I never wanted was for anyone to ever say that I was the reason that my husband didn't have a relationship with his children. So much so that he would spend the night. Now, they were living in New Jersey, okay? Spend the night at the house with his ex-wife and the children. I'm talking about 3-4 days at a time. I'm in Jersey. I'm in Georgia. They're in New Jersey. We didn't have enough money for him to get a hotel. We didn't have enough money for him to rent a car. He was flying like Frontier and Spirit. Okay, $9 flights. However he was determined to get there. And as a good wife, I'm determined to support you in being a good father. And stop calling yourself a good wife. You are not a virtuous woman. You're not holy. You're not righteous. You're not none of that. If you're trying to stop that man from being with his kids, I don't know who this is for or where it is coming from, but please believe me, what you don't want is for them kids to grow up and look you in your face, and you got to explain to them why you tried to separate them from their father, because I'm telling you, kids find out. Kids find out. Whether they hear it from you or for somebody else, somebody is going to tell them the truth. And so now you wondering why his kids don't like you, why they all got a problem with you. Because you've been taking out your jealousy, your insecurity on their father instead of praying about it and realizing that no matter what you do, if he wants her, he's going to sleep with her. Realize whether they're in New Jersey, Georgia, Arizona, California, wherever, if he want to sleep with her, he gonna sleep with her. And all you can do about it is, if you don't feel safe, remove yourself from this situation. That is all. You cannot interfere, girlfriend. Girlfriend, you're not even a wife, and you all up in the business. And let's take it further. Even if you are a wife, listen, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't. This is not my topic. Even if you are a wife, listen, you wasn't there when they made them babies. You only getting one side of the story. I at first felt like I should be abreast of all the situations. I want to know every time y'all talk. I want to know what y'all talked about and all this. But why? That's foolish for me. I'm putting more stress and stuff on my plate. Yes, I love my husband, but what goes on in that co-parenting, that really ain't my business. It is not my business. Them kids are here to visit for, whenever they come. Okay, now I'm gonna talk to their mom to make sure everything cool. We on the same page. Anybody got allergies, medications, any appointment, anything like that? Okay, but other than that, I didn't lay with that lady. I don't know her. She don't owe me nothing, and I don't owe her nothing. Y'all, that's what y'all need to understand. Y'all put so much focus on the other woman instead of realizing that your obligation is to the man. I'm going to help take care of these children because they are yours and I love you. And hopefully you're taking care of my children to the same degree that you want me to take care of yours. Y'all so busy worried about what his ex did that you repeating the same as she made, and now y'all both done fumbled. Y'all both done fumbled the bag, and the bag is on the loose, and everybody sitting around broke, busted, and disgusted, and now y'all want to gang up on the new girl. You could have been the new girl if you would have just shut up. Let me read this comment. I be the one, like, I'm not here to do nothing but be peaceful. I'm not the enemy, and I'm not trying to have no issues. It's about the children. I wouldn't be with Io at all if he doesn't take care of. Hello. Period. And I don't think I should have to say that. But if that man is not taking care of his already existing children, guess what? There's nothing that's going to be so special about your crotch candy that is going to change his mind. And I don't mean to the baby when I say crotch candy. The way y'all spitting out these babies, it's like y'all feel like they candy. That's how y'all treat them. And so this is why we have to stop being so comfortable in this bed of lies that we've created for ourselves. We will affirm ourselves right into hell. And by that, we will have a very bad situation in our face, and that's disrespecting us, dogging us, not giving us what we know that we're worth, not treating us the way that we deserve. We will be dealing with all of this, and we will still talk about, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy. I deserve to be loved. Now, instead of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, you know what, something ain't right about this now. I don't, and sitting with that, block the negative thoughts out of your mind so bad that you will not even respect reality. You refuse to observe what is happening in your face. You will let people play in your face and then tell you that you don't see what you see with your naked eye. Like, it's just like mafia. I see a boy. My eyes is telling me it's a boy. I'm going to call it a boy. And it's funny how y'all will stay in a situation with the dude, but as soon as y'all break up, he was abusive. He wasn't abusive while he was cussing you out. He wasn't abusive while he was putting you down. It don't take a fist for it to equal abuse. Words hurt. Words hurt bad. Honestly, I would rather just come to fisticuffs than exchange words. Because I'm not going to forget those words. The bruise is going, and please understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's okay to get beat on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just that some people feel, oh, if he's not hitting me, it's okay. No, it to be talked down worse, because those words are going to live in your mind. I've said some things to my husband that I regret horribly, and I can't take them back. Those you, and then here's what we do, right? We feel like we're in love, so we get all vulnerable and sensitive, and they find our, and you're not wrong for being emotionally sensitive. Like, let's understand that we're women. We are supposed to be emotional creatures. We're the emotional balance to our logically led men. Okay, we're supposed to be emotional, but y'all be giving y'all emotions to anybody. Your emotions should be like the expensive Coach bag at the mall that are locked. You can see it, you know it's there, but until you come and pay the price, you don't have access to it. What I mean by that is, we talked about the difference between femininity and submission. Yes, I can be polite to anyone. Sure, yes, we can go out and have a pleasant conversation. I was watching this dating show one time, and it was Black dating coaches, and they were trying to help Black women learn how to date. And the phrase that they used for how they should be on their first date was, Heather, Heather, light as a feather. So that means I'm pleasant, I smile, we laugh, we patient light. Yes, I can do all of this for anybody. Okay, but when we start talking about the heavier issues, the weightier matters in my life, making important decisions and stuff, no, this is reserved for the man who has invested enough to get to this point. But y'all want to go on the first date and childhood trauma and how Uncle Fester did you wrong, and Raheem and them only. So you go and you pour your life in this man's lap. So now okay, all I have to do is A, B, and C, and I got her. And then when y'all do get into it and he start bringing up all these things, you want to, why would you do that to me? That's what happens when you give something to someone and they don't appreciate it. Okay, I'm not about to give my Apple Watch to my 5-year-old. Why? He don't appreciate it. He don't get it. He don't know. He does not see the value in this. My Apple Watch is valuable to me because it helps me keep track of my workouts and my heart rate. So it's valuable to me. It does something for me. So now if I give this Apple Watch to Atticus, who doesn't work out, don't care about his heart rate, he doesn't even know what it is, I can't get mad at him for treating it like trash, because it's trash to him, because he doesn't see the value in it, not invest in it. It means nothing to him. Okay? I can be emotionally vulnerable with my husband because he cares. He's invested in me enough to where I can feel safe letting him into my feelings and my emotions. You know what really, really, really signifies it? The fact that I know that when I hurt, he hurts. Okay, and I'm going to say this. There have been times when me and my husband have gotten into it and he's let words fly. As soon as he realized, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. How can I fix it? And that's the way it should be. But see, y'all will be in an argument with a nigga. He'll say something crazy. He'll see you crying and he'll just tell you, call me when you get better. And you, like a dummy, will pick up the phone as soon as you get the tissue away and wipe your tears and have you some ice cream. You picking up the phone looking for him. Oh, he should be right there waiting on you. What's that, Prince? I want to be there if somebody hurts you, even if that somebody is me. But y'all can't even, y'all won't even make them do that. Y'all don't require that. And then you just so desperate for love, just so wanting somebody to validate you. That is the quickest way to get in trouble. This is why we are not to lean into our own understanding. Don't lean on the arms of flesh. We're not to look to flesh for our validation. You don't to tell you that you are okay, that you are worthy, that God loves you, that you are created for a purpose. You have a mission in life right now. Know what it looks like on the outside. You know that there's a person inside of you that is just waiting to be revealed. Everybody can't go with you in the dressing room. When you go in the store and you pick out an outfit you like, you got that dress, you got that pair of pants, you take it with you in the dressing room and you're changing, trying to figure out what fits you best. Can I do this shirt and these pants? Can I do this dress and these shoes? How do I want to present myself? I need to get myself together. When you're in the bathroom, preparing yourself, brushing your teeth, washing your face, nobody's in there with you. You're doing it all by yourself. It's the same thing with some stages of growth in your life. There's a stage of growth before you're ready to get married, and you're going to have to do it by yourself. And y'all keep hooking up with these disruptors. Okay, it's like I don't a disruptor. Like if what am I trying to? I'm trying to come up with a good. It's okay. It's like if I'm sticking a fork in if I'm sticking a fork in an electrical socket, right? Horrible example, I know. But you know the little covers that they put on there when you baby proof that's a disruptor, because if I stick that fork in there, the electricity is going to keep coming, right? Okay, but that disruptor is going to stop the electricity from coming. And so when y'all is hook people take up your time, letting the wrong people keep you from your study, keep you from your prayer, keep you from your relationship with God, when y'all as disruptors. The sister that only want to ever go out to the club with you, the sister that's always telling you how you need to leave your man, disruptors. That you can't get to open the Bible, don't believe in God, has no interest, disruptors. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to ignore y'all comments, but I don't be want to lose my train of thought either. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys. I promise. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Facebook. I can't see the comments on Facebook, so if y'all are on Facebook, leaving comments. I promise I do go back and read them shows, so please don't feel like I'm ignoring you. I forgot to bring. That's my bad. That's my bad. Okay, hold on. Let's go to this. It leads to idolatry. I was just talking this and yes, it will lead you to idolatry, because instead of turning to God for your validation, for your peace, you start turning to him. You start looking at him to tell you that you're good, instead of leaning on the Lord and realizing that relationship utmost importance. Okay, so yes, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. We have got to stop doing that. Yes, our men are gods, but they are not the Most High. They are not your supreme ruler. No. Your relationship with the Most High is still a personal one. Like, yes, my husband is my head. Christ is the head of my husband. God is the head of Christ. Absolutely, yes. But I still have a personal relationship with my father, just like with your earthly father. Okay, I have a husband now, so me and my husband do things together. Sure, that's my life, but I still can go to my dad. My dad still wants to talk to me. Like, I still have a relationship with my dad. And so when my dad wants to communicate or whatever, we can still talk. Like, I don't have to go to my husband. I don't have to go to my husband to pray to the Most High. That's personal. If I want to talk to my dad, I can just pick up the phone. That's personal. So stop feeling like you need a man to have a relationship with the Most High. Don't feel like you can't make it to righteousness without a husband. That's not what I'm saying at all. And I feel like a lot of people kind of, like, I've heard people make comments, like, oh, not all about a man. Why are you teaching that it's all about men? I'm not teaching that it's all about men at all. That's not what I'm teaching. But we got to stop acting like we weren't made for them. Didn't have notebook paper, what would be the point of pencils? If we didn't have roads, why would we need cars? I mean, we don't want to acknowledge the simplicity of the facts of the relationship between men and women. The simple things will confound the wise. I think this is one of those things, because for some reason, even the most brilliant people in the world can't get it through their mind that women were created from men. It's not wrong for us to want to have a man. We just got to get ourselves right so we can be the best wife and the best mother, the best friend, the best helpmeet that we can be. But ma'am, sis, cousin, you're not wrong for wanting a husband. You're not wrong for wanting a companion, a father for your children. You are not wrong for that at all. What's wrong is the way you go about it. That's when we get wrong. The way my mind set up, I can't keep my train of thought. Get to the comments later. Like, I'll be trying to, I don't want to lose my thought, because once I lose it, the Most High's relationship is most important. That sets the foundation for every relationship. Absolutely. And so I don't understand how you can possibly begin to understand the relationship between a husband and a wife, especially us who have been single mothers. How you begin to understand that without understanding your relationship with the Most High first. And in order to understand how any relationship is supposed to function, I don't see how you don't learn your life first, because he plays every role in our life. He's a father figure, a counselor, a friend. He's everything that you want the people around you to be. So if you don't understand how that is earned, how that is given, and how you reciprocate it, then you understand those dynamics with a husband. Let's take it to something y'all can't understand. Everybody understands the employee-employer relationship, and no woman has ever had a problem submitting to her employer. I never hear Black women talking about, oh, my boss can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna do what he say. Please, you be punching in at the exact time he tell you to punch in, doing exactly what he tells you to do. So let's stop acting like we don't understand submission, and let's tell the truth and that we submit to our husband. Okay. So, let's talk about that in relation to marriage. Okay. I can't tell my husband I love him if I'm not cooperative. I don't like this word, but obedient. I can't tell him I love him if I'm not doing that. If my husband, okay, like we had a big order come in, he needed me to print some shirts. I tell him, no, I'm not helping you do nothing. You do it yourself. Well, can you go upstairs and fix some food? No, fix the food yourself. Do I love you? Do I love you if I'm not helping? If I'm not cooperating, if I'm not building, do I love you? And I know I'm not supposed to say this, right? But I earn the respect that I have as a wife. I've talked to women and they'll be, oh, I love the way your husband talks about you. I love the way you and your husband are. But in deeper conversations, I find out that you're not the kind of wife that I am. And so if you're not the kind of wife that I am, how can you expect the kind of husband that I have? You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what my husband has had to forgive me of. And let's not act like we don't know the parable in the Bible about the two people. One had a lot of sins to be forgiven, the other had less. Who's going to love God more? Yes, I appreciate my husband more because of what he's decided to take on with me. I can't act like I didn't come into this marriage with 3 children. And that's on y'all want to come into marriage, it's just you by yourself. No. And I know I'm not supposed to say this, but listen, when it's you by yourself, then yes, you get to pop your ish a little bit more. And women with children, you need to humble yourself. Humble yourself. I'm not saying take anybody and just be happy to have any kind of man. Absolutely not. But if that man is coming in and saying that he's willing to be a husband to you and a father to your children, then yes, that man deserves a little bit extra. He deserves a little bit extra. Yes, he does. Put a little extra on that. Yes. He should not be hearing no in the bedroom. I'm not supposed to say that. Okay. I'm not supposed to say that, but it's true. Okay. So you may not understand why I feel so devoted, so obligated, why I love my husband so much. While I'll bust you in your mouth if you try to come at my husband wrong. Like, you may not understand this, but you may not have had to be forgiven the things that I had to be forgiven. Okay? So don't compare where you're not willing to compete. All right? Don't look to want me to be a housewife, but you want your house clean and get up and make up the bed. You don't even, okay, you work all week. You won't even get up on Saturday and clean up the house, but you want him to make you a housewife. Why? So you can sit around the house and not do a day? So he can come home and still be a mess for what? You're asking for things that you're not prepared to reciprocate. My husband never hardly hears no. And I try in any aspect. Now, do we have times where we've been working crazy and we both just fall asleep? Absolutely. Absolutely. besides those mutual times, I'm not saying it's always mutual, but for the most part. But 99.9% of the time, besides flower days, we don't mess around on flower days. But other than that, 99.9% of the time, my only question is yes, sir. Because my husband's the same way with me, though. He don't really tell me no. He don't. I'm not asking for nothing. Could I ask for it? He don't tell me no. I get my nails done. You know what I'm saying? Can buy my makeup. I come and go as I please pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick up some Starbucks. It like we work to keep each other that happy. Okay. And so here's what I'm telling you. When I said last week that a man will never treat you when you're dating, that's the best that he's going. That's his time to earn that from you. He's supposed to be courting you. He's supposed to be wooing you. He's supposed to be showing you that, yes, I deserve submission, your love, and your deserve your obedience because I'm not with you. I'm only going to lead you toward the Most High. And we're only going to work together to build this vision. So, yes, I deserve your submission. I deserve your support. This is when y'all are dating, when he's balling out and when he's on his best behavior, when he's ultra polite. This is what that time is for. Okay. But y'all don't get that time. Y'all don't make them give you that time. And then when you get married, all you can do is complain about he don't ever take me out. He don't ever make me feel special. He don't give me no money. He don't let me do this. He don't let me do that. He wasn't doing that before y'all got married. Him not wanting to spend money on dates equates to you not getting no spending money. Him wanting to go on bills equates to not getting no spending money. If you going 50-50 on bills with a man, how you going to ask him for any money? Not saying, I understand that some of y'all that's doing it right. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about, you out here messed up. Y'all be wanting blood from a turnip. It's like he never showed you the potential for that. You walk in the liquor store, anointing oil. Nothing ever told you to go to the liquor store looking for anointing oil. It's not there. It's never been there. It's not in it. So y'all going to a bum looking for boss man behavior. It's not there. Nothing ever told you it was there. It's not in him. He can't provide it. If it's not there when he's dating you, it's not going to be there when he's you. And I'm not saying that counseling that couples can't have fresh starts. I'm not saying that at all. It happens every day. And I'm praying for every marriage out here. I'm talking to you single sisters, though, who are picking and choosing and writing out your list of pros and cons for this one and that one. You have to know what you want, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate. And this is another way that we lie to ourselves. We'll get with a man, the D be good. Okay. He might got a nice car. It's a fun time when we're together. You somehow equate that into a serious relationship when in the whole up in your head. So come on. No matter what here's the thing, right? No matter what happened, because we know there are three sides to every story. My side, your side, the truth. Okay. No matter what happened, if you're not willing to take responsibility for the situation, there's no way that you're going to make a better situation the next time. Because when you're willing to take responsibility, you're going to sit down and you're going to say, okay, this is what I did wrong. And I don't ever want to do this again. And you know what? Yes, it hurts, but you feel that hurt. You need to feel the embarrassment. You need to feel all of that as a deterrent from you repeating the same behavior. Like to reflect. We just want to keep going through life with our blinders on, like, la 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 la. What's next for me? You don't turn on the light before you start walking down the steps. You just start walking down the steps. We cannot keep lying to ourselves over and over again and thinking that we are going to get a different result. It is, in fact, the very definition of insanity. Okay? And even before, we get to... Yes, I have a few more minutes. Oh, look, see, this is my little timekeeper. Right, glasses, and we'll never take them off. And we got that, y'all. Because I want better for y'all. I want better for us. When my sisters are doing good, I'm doing good. I want us all to be doing, okay? Say shalom.
Shalom and shalom. Shalom,
Atticus and Paxton, everybody. These are the two youngest here at the house. I bet you don't know them. What's that? Oh, a straw wrapper. So thank y'all so much for joining me this evening. I said something I say, whether you're watching it live or in the replay, will be helpful at some time in your life. If you like something that I said, or you like what we got going on here at the House of Mono, please head over to the Cash App.
Now does it work?
$ the House of Mono. What you say?
I was just seeing if this microphone works.
Say check 1 2.
Check 1 2.
Yep, it works. Y'all want to say anything to the people before we go?
Shalom and shalom. Shalom and shalom.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and praise.
Okay, these are my two buddies right here. Okay, I think that's it, y'all. Don't forget to stream. Let the OG talk on your Apple, Tidal, Spotify. Say shalom to Auntie Angelina.
Shalom, Auntie Angelina.
Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all of your streaming platforms. There are a few visuals to the album already on the YouTube channel. Let me pull that up for you at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. You can go there. You can check out all past podcast episodes and just catch up on Monologue Magad. Also, I am at Miss Mono's World on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. My YouTube channel is fairly new, but so you'll see some newer episodes and some of my other content from like TikTok and stuff like that. What y'all was about to say? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do that. Move the chair and pick that up. Please don't do that. Oh, listen, if you are not following the bullies, follow at Mono's Westside Bullies to keep up with them. We took them out to Walmart the other day. People love them, so please give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at Mono's Westside Bullies. Don't talk about that. What? Okay, let's see, where are we? Okay, sign the House of Mono if you feel led to contribute to the efforts that we have going on here. If you guys got anything else to say?
No.
Yes.
What? Go ahead.
Maybe.
What you got to say?
I want to talk about
Shalom.
myself.
You want to talk about yourself? Okay, you got it. Go ahead, talk about yourself.
It's my brother Paxton. He likes bugs.
Paxton likes bugs.
No, I don't like.
Wait, we
I like
can't see.
reptiles.
Oh, you like reptiles. You don't like bugs anymore?
He likes
No.
snakes and centipedes.
Snakes and centipedes. What about you? What do you like?
I like centipedes and cats
Cats.
and bees.
Daddy's allergic to cats.
I want a pet cat when I grow up.
When you grow up, cat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What about you?
Stop me.
Huh?
You can't stop me.
No, I can't stop you when you grow. You absolutely right. You get all the cats you want when you grow up.
Captain, where are you gonna get when you grow up? Chameleon?
No.
Frog?
Oh, if I want a pet, and if I want
No, hold on. Don't tell me.
No. No. I want a pet that's babies.
A pet
The only pet that's easy to take babies is a dog. So I'm going with dog.
You want a dog? Well, you already have plenty of dogs. You guys will be running Mono's West Side Bullies when you grow up. So we'll have dogs all the time.
I'm gonna get a pet.
You want to bring it to see the pups?
I want to get my own dog.
Yeah, you will. You will. All right, guys. Y'all ready to go? No. Okay, what else?
No.
Come on, the people been sitting for almost 2 hours. They might be ready to go. Y'all gotta say something interesting. Oh, now we pushing buttons. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us tonight. On behalf of the entire house of Monologue myself at Miss Yes, one more thing.
Mrs. Mono sips tea.
And Paxton, Atticus, and all the children of the House of Mono, thank y'all for kicking it with me this evening. We probably will not do Sabbath Night Live tomorrow because that needs to be taken care of. If that should change, then my husband will let me know. Let me know. I'm waiting for walk in and let me know.
Dad, walk in here now.
You want to hear now? Wait. The delays. All right, guys.
What are you talking about?
I will doing Sabbath Night Live. So we will see you guys. Monologue McGad and myself. We will see you guys tomorrow at o'clock. YouTube at Monologue McGad and World. Thank you, Joja. Thank you, everybody in that hung out on the IG. Thank you to everybody on YouTube, Facebook. I cannot forget my audience at Messiah TV. Please forgive me. If y'all do not have Messiah TV, please download it. It's available on your smart TVs, your Apple TVs, your Roku, your Fire Stick. Hold on. Not just this show, lots of great ministries and movies, cartoons, awesome app. It's for Israel, by Israel. Please go and support. No, you want to learn. You don't do learning. You don't do education. Okay. Please go and support it. The Messiah TV app.
Can I say something?
What?
Why did the apple kiss the pear?
Why did the apple kiss the pear? Why?
Because it was too clumsy.
Because it was too clumsy. I don't get that.
Mrs. Mono sips.
Okay, he's just telling jokes and pushing buttons. So we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Pushing buttons.
One time.
We love y'all so much. Thank you for joining us. Shalom, shalom, and good night.
One
Okay, y'all
time.
be out.
Yo.